When did it become so expensive to shop at farmers markets?
I'm not against supporting small businesses. We just went to Bro Denim and bought 2 sweatshirts, $180.
I like to support local. You're making it hard.
Empty stores, sky-high prices, rude service, and today, I'll show you why small businesses are on the verge of bankruptcy. Let's get into it.
This has been the hardest year for my small business. My sales are down over 50% and I am just so stressed. I'm tired and I want this to work out so bad. So if you're a small business and you have any tips or tricks on, I don't know, anything, please let me know. I've been in business for 3 years and this year has been the worst year for my business and it's just so hard being a small business.
Hey guys, so as you know, things have not been great for us. It's been a bit of a struggle bus, but we have just hit a brick wall. We have to be out of our warehouse by the end of July. We can no longer pay our employees, so that's pretty shitty. Ugh. Okay, so we'll be doing one last warehouse sale. So as soon as I have that figured out and planned, I will let you guys know when that is. Any of the inventory I have here in the warehouse that I need to sell, I'll be posting for super cheap, so keep an eye on that. That's just like our ready to ship items. We will be selling all warehouse machinery, equipment, anything that's in this warehouse is being sold. So if you're interested in any of those type of things, also let me know.
I genuinely feel bad for her. But then I saw the comments asking why a shirt that says mom costs $32 while another one is $63. I mean, people still have groceries to buy, girl.
There's a very concerning trend of small business owners coming out and complaining about how people aren't buying their products because they're too expensive or they can't afford them. Well, I think what they forget, there's a very delicate balance between being financially responsible and buying small business products. I bought this off of Amazon. $13 flat, no shipping, brand new, right? My local bookstore, that's about 5 minutes down the road that I frequent quite often, $40. Now, if I would have spent the extra $27 to go buy this book, that wouldn't have been supporting small business. That would have just been financially irresponsible. I'm not going to pay that. Not in this economy. You serious? Like, why would we pay that?
A $27 markup for a paperback book? That is not community support. That is a luxury tax on common sense.
I love to support a local coffee shop, but guess how much? A medium iced latte. I did add an extra shot, and this cookie was $18. More than, and some change. I said, what? She said, your total's 18 something. I said, what? She said, the cookie's $7. I should have said, throw the fucking cookie away, but I was afraid. I was holding up a line. I paid it. I'm insane. I'm enabling in this behavior. I'm enabling these prices. But holy shit, $18 for a latte and a cookie. I like to support local. You're making it hard. They're making it hard for me. Okay?
$7 for a single cookie. Because nothing screams community support quite like paying airport prices for a baked good out of pure social anxiety.
Let me ask your opinion because I really want to know what other people think about this. How do you feel when you walk into a boutique and you instantly realize that everything they're selling is just from Amazon at a crazy markup? Because this weekend we were on Nantucket for Labor Day and we walked into this store that looked so cute, but within minutes I could tell that they were just selling Amazon for $150. I did do a Google reverse search just to be sure, but I mean, I didn't even make it past the front door.
I understand paying a little more at a local boutique, but $150 for a dress that's $20 online is a pretty big jump. And then you look at it and it hasn't even been steamed. That's the kind of thing that makes people pull out their phones and check the price. And if you're not subscribed yet, you might want to fix that. We're just getting started.
Does anyone want to explain why shoes are literally just dying right now? I own a sneaker store and we've been struggling for the last couple months. And y'all can say, oh, it's because you overprice things. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, it's a Yeezy. You're overpricing it. It's $110. Retails like 2 something. Market's like $190. I'm pricing it at $110. It's brand new. An off-white lot dunk, which you haven't been able to get for 4 years now. Used to be going for $500 to $600. Market's like $400. We have them priced at $320. A shoe that's sold out, hard to get. A SB Navy 4. It's used, but $210. That's like retail. And then you have stuff that are like Jordan 1s, like these shattered backboards that just came out. We were charging like $170 for them or something like that, which retails higher.
Okay, enough. When the market let you charge ridiculous prices, you weren't complaining. Now that the market takes a hit, suddenly you want to blame reality? Come on. And nobody's interested in buying a pair of Yeezys for $100 anymore. That's just the truth.
Defensive and very rude about the price of the cake. Although this is exactly how we decorate all.
I would also become defensive and very rude if you were trying to charge me $80 for that cake. You took a cake, put white frosting on it, and literally just smushed it through sprinkles. That's neither labor or time intensive. And even if it was, it is still really fucking ugly. Like, the cake looks bad. And 9 times out of 10, I am in favor of small businesses overcharging what they normally do. I think people usually take advantage of small businesses because they don't necessarily know their worth. And I'm also a big believer in out of your price range does not mean overpriced. However, that ugly cake is overpriced, and I would be really pissed off too.
$80? For that? The price is one thing, but the presentation makes it even worse.
Hey there, what's up? Not my usual content, but can we start calling out all these little tiny independent coffee shops for having just dog shit coffee? Like, I don't care if you're all niche and cool and hip. It doesn't justify you serving me what tastes like brewed roach wings. Alright, this is a cold brew. I said add just a little bit of milk. Look how light that is. And then I get charged $1 to add a single pump of vanilla syrup. And it still tastes like pretty much water with burnt cockroach wings in it. It's insane. And I've just had this experience across the board. I go to all these like cute little coffee shops and I'm like, oh, this will be fun. And then the coffee tastes like shit. The coffee is terrible. All right. I'm not promoting the big brand coffee shops, but at least their coffee has flavor. Like all these independent shops, where are you getting your coffee at? Great value? I just don't get it. Do better.
Nobody's asking a local shop to compete with Starbucks on size or branding. Just give people something they actually want to drink. Independent shouldn't automatically mean lower your expectations.
All right, I have an update on the store. You guys are all upset thinking I'm not supporting small businesses. All of Nantucket is small businesses. I'm not here on this island not buying things, you know, whether it's an iced coffee, a croissant, or a sweatshirt. These are all small businesses. I'm not against supporting small businesses. We just went to Bro Denim and bought 2 sweatshirts, $180, 2 sweatshirts for kids. It's not cheap, but I believe in supporting small businesses. We actually are family friends with the owner of Bro Denim's uncle and have met her. Lovely. So we love to support businesses. The problem with the denim jacket is that someone who worked at the store told my friend last year that she hand stitched these Amazon denim jackets. That's deceptive.
See, $180 for 2 sweatshirts is already a lot. But if you're willing to spend that much, that's your choice. The problem is finding out the jacket you thought was handmade came straight from Amazon. That's where I'd be pissed.
What makes you want to go platinum?
I just really want to feel brighter.
Okay, how often are you wanting to come in to get your hair done?
Oh, I don't like to come that often since I drive from farther away, like maybe every 6 months or so.
Are you wanting to be platinum to the root?
Yeah.
Okay, you'd have to come in like every 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The price point for that, it'd probably be about $1,600.
For just color?
Yeah.
Wow. Every 4 weeks?
Not every 4 weeks, for like the first time. Like 16 to 18, I would imagine. I wouldn't know until I like finish it and how much product I use and how long it takes it.
And men's barbershops have been charging pretty ridiculous prices too. $50, $100, even $200 just for a shape-up. And I know women's hair can take a lot more work than that, but how do you say $1,600 to $1,800 to a customer in 2026 with a straight face? That's insane.
I'm closing the store. Part of it is Amazon and Gen Z shopping behavior are beating the hell out of small neighborhood retail. And the rest of it is the city has removed all the parking and allowed construction during the holiday season. So we're hearing all about this small business helpfulness, but none of it's happening for us.
I was really on her team until I saw the state of that store, which is a hoard if I have ever seen one. This video sent me on a rabbit hole about this store because you better believe I ran my ass to the Google reviews. And I read review after review after review of this woman being exactly what I thought she was, which is rude and entitled and just seemingly discriminatory to anybody that she didn't deem worthy to shop in her store. I had to go to the reviews because I needed to know why people were saying you couldn't walk into the store anymore. I was like, what does that mean? It's a store. What does that mean? It's a store. And it meant that you had to have an appointment. And if you tried to walk in, she would stop you at the door and go, what are you looking for? And here's the kicker. In case you didn't dislike her enough off bat, she was like, everybody thinks it's the rent. That's the reason I'm closing. It's not the rent. I own the building. Yeah, I didn't feel bad for her anymore. I don't feel bad for you anymore. I don't feel bad for you anymore. You own the building. You own the building. You live in the upstairs of the building. I don't feel bad for you that you own the building. I don't feel bad for you.
It is honestly laughable seeing shops whine that nobody shops there anymore while driving themselves into bankruptcy. Blaming Amazon and Gen Z highlights her deeply outdated mindset, especially since the real reason she's shutting down comes down to her own atrocious management.
I went to this downtown area with my boyfriend and his family this weekend, and there was this store that was selling like a bunch of European pottery and dishes. Okay, they had like a whole pottery or Polish pottery section, which if you know about Polish pottery, like it's a very distinct look. And then they had like some like Norwegian towels and Swedish dishcloths and whatever. But they had this section with a bunch of bamboo bowls, okay? And it said that they were based, like the people that make them were based in Hamburg, Germany. And the shop owner came over while we were looking at them and she was like, oh, I'm actually from Hamburg, like these are from my hometown. And then you check the label of it and it says made in Vietnam. And it's just really scammy and disappointing when these small businesses try and act like the product that they are making is anything but a mass-produced factory item. And that the bowls that this small business is selling for $90 was made in Vietnam because they could get cheaper factory labor. I think it's a scam. I think it's disgusting. And I think in this era of supporting the small underdog, the small guy, we have allowed these small businesses to take advantage of us, and people need to start waking up to it.
And honestly, that shop owner has to be a damn good salesperson because she managed to sell that story with a straight face. Calling it from her hometown when the label says made in Vietnam, that takes some serious confidence.
This might be a hard watch for some people, but small businesses can be their own worst enemy. Like this morning, it's a Friday morning. I said, let me go get coffee. I forgot to make my iced coffee last night. I'm just gonna go buy it, okay? Trying not to support chains, so I said, let me find a small business around here. I look up the first one. They're open from 10 to 2 only. Well, I start work at 7 in the morning, so that's not gonna work. Sounds good. Cool, let me look up another one. Closed on Fridays and Sundays. You know, 2 of like the busiest days for most coffee shops, especially on Sunday, you're gonna be closed. Okay, sure, that makes a lot of sense. Look up another one. They have 4 menu items. It's either a latte or a matcha. Okay, don't like either one of those, so that's not gonna work for me. Find a 4th one. I said, okay, this menu looks good. We're rocking with it. They have a little online checkout, so I go to put in my order. I get a black coffee with cold foam on top. That's it. Nothing in it. And it was $12.
Think about that. $12 for black coffee and cold foam. That's essentially convenience store pricing for a craft coffee experience she actively went out of her way to find. When supporting local means doing more work to pay more money for less service, you can't blame people for eventually just going to Starbucks.
Okay, you guys all want to say shop local, then why are they always rude to me? I am literally a local business owner's dream customer because 1, I love spending money, 2, I love going shopping like around here, and just, yeah, I'm just a great customer. I always buy stuff. Like, I'll literally just buy stuff to be nice. If you're nice to me, I'll buy something because, I don't know, I'm just like that. Like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm so nice, but like, usually I just feel bad if I'm like the only one in the store. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to buy something.
I've actually felt that pressure before. You walk into an empty shop, realize you're the only customer, and suddenly browsing doesn't feel like browsing anymore. You feel like you need to buy something. If that's followed by bad customer service, you're definitely not coming back.
How many AliExpress stalls can I find at MCM London Comic Con? Let's see. Lots of AliExpress stuff. Right, so here's another AliExpress one. So all of these are bootleg figures, not official ones.
Well, my friend is.
Here's another one. Here's another one from AliExpress. So all the goodie bags and whatnot. They're all like, yeah, AliExpress goodies and whatnot inside. Here is another AliExpress stall. Jeez, they got a lot of stuff as well. So like the wallets on AliExpress are like £3 and they're like £4. It's just mad. Here is another one. Here is another one, all AliExpress stuff.
It's Comic-Con.
Here is another stall that does AliExpress stuff. Let me know in the comment section what you think about vendors selling all just AliExpress stuff at Comic-Cons. Do you think it's good or do you think it shouldn't be allowed? Let me know.
And he keeps dropping even more examples throughout the video. Look, I know it might seem like I'm out here trying to drag every single small business. But let's be clear, there's a massive difference between supporting genuinely hardworking artisans and enabling lazy grifters who slap a fake origin story on cheap AliExpress junk. At the end of the day, if you've got the extra cash, supporting honest independent shops over corporate giants like Target is still the way to go in my book.
Listen, I try to support small businesses as much as I can. Like if I'm eating something, I'd rather go to a local place than like some chain restaurant, but they're really starting to test my patience these days. All these local places like near me, when I go in there around 11:05, 11:10, first thing the guy says to me is like, dude, we're not ready yet. It's like, it drives me nuts. It's like, dude, you specified that 11 o'clock was the time that you guys are open. There's no reason why I'm on time and you're not on time. All right, if you say that you're going to be open at 11 o'clock, be open at 11 o'clock. And another thing, put prices on the menu. Put prices on the menu. I can't tell you how many times I've left the place after paying, like, inexplicably paying like $18 for a bacon, egg, and cheese. This is like the point. Listen, I love small business. I support them. But, like, everybody acts like they love them. Like, try living in one of those small towns where you're going to get a coffee at, like, 3 p.m. and you go to the coffee place and it's closed because, like, the guy's taking a nap. You know what I mean?
I've had that experience too, especially at some smaller restaurants where the menu conveniently leaves the prices off. I get exactly what he means. Have you ever been blindsided by a bill at a local spot? Comment how much they charged you.
I don't understand why small businesses punish customers for doing business with them. And I'm talking about convenience fees and upcharging literally everything.
A lot of small business owners have this self-preservation mindset that makes you greedy. I'm not sure you realize how bad it looks to the customer. When you do things like not accepting returns, refunds, exchanges, refusing to send replacements if the USPS loses packages, having astronomically high shipping, making customers hate you and making it where they're way less likely to buy from you ever. When you're small, you haven't earned the right to do any of those things. You're not Nike with an ironclad product that you know everyone's gonna love. You are still essentially begging for and earning trust from the customer, but shooting yourself in the foot because all of the things that build trust, you're removing from the equation. Tell me why I, as a shopper, would trust you if I can't return the product, but I've never bought from you and I don't know how it fits. So what if it doesn't? I'm just stuck holding the bag? And I get it. You think I can't afford to take on all these extra costs? You can't afford not to, because you are the one making it where customers don't want to buy.
Exactly. You can't copy Amazon's strict policies when you haven't earned even a fraction of the trust they have. You need to build customer trust before taking away basic protections. Make every purchase feel like a trap and watch your customers disappear.
I no longer support local coffee shops. I'm not paying $10 for a shitty iced coffee. Fuck out of my face.
Short and sweet, but I'm genuinely curious what this guy went through to make an entire 6-second clip just to say this.
So I'm at the farmer's market. When did it become so expensive to shop at farmer's markets? I seem to remember getting a grip of produce for like 20 bucks years ago. Now it's just an excuse for yuppies to spend oodles of money. $3 for a bunch of green onions, $10 for a dozen eggs. Insane. But I did buy a $19 pizza, so.
I think part of it is rapid urbanization driving up costs, but part of it is also vendors intentionally pushing prices higher. And honestly, this is becoming a lot more common than people realize.
Sunny here, owner of Kaisen Sushi. It's 11:46 in the evening on Tuesday on my off day. I just finished payroll that costed $8,321 for last week.
Woo.
I pay my guys every week before Friday, no matter what. I just paid a bunch of bills, and this photo you're seeing on this screen is what my bank accounts look like right now. I made payroll. I paid about $3,500 in bills so far. And there's another $1,700 that's still gonna get drawn tomorrow. So my actual business account's probably gonna be around $1,700. I still have probably $400 worth of wasabi to pay for before the end of the week. And still have to buy produce for the week. I have to buy some more sushi trays, and I have to make an emergency order for custom bags from China before the end of the week. Now, a little bit more money is kind of gonna trickle in, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 more before Thursday. And this is what it's like to have a successful new ghost kitchen restaurant with the concept that we're running.
Perhaps this is what running a successful ghost kitchen looks like. You know, he might be a great cook, but is he actually good at running a business? Just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean it's a viable business. And that's also a major reason why your entire system collapsed.
So how's everyone surviving in the beauty industry right now? Let me share. I own a salon, a lash salon, exactly, and it's been crazy slow.
It's rough out there, no doubt about it. But when things get slow, a quiet salon isn't just bad luck. It's usually a symptom of a much bigger disconnect between what people are willing to spend right now and what businesses expect them to pay.
The people saying that it's overpriced. So let me explain how it goes. Right now, this is normally the slow time here in our shop, so we don't have as much stock on hand. But when things started blowing up for us just in the past few months, we had to go out to refill our supply. When we have to be buying like that, kind of in a frenzy, we'll wind up having to pay more for the items, which means we have to list them for more. But as things start to settle out, our supply starts to level off with demand, those prices can come back down. We want prices to be as low as possible too. We sell more that way.
And if it took massive online backlash to make them clean up their act, that tells you something. Sometimes businesses don't change because they suddenly care about customers. They change when customers finally have enough leverage to make them care.
Pity marketing is not a sustainable business model, and I wish that we would quit rewarding it. I've seen a number of viral videos happen in bookish social media spaces lately that have a lot of authors, not just me, talking about pity marketing, which is where people get on camera and cry for social media in order to boost engagement and boost their book sales. A lot of these viral videos are completely made up, whole cloth. These stories never actually happened. There was never a book signing where people didn't show up. There was no book. There was no signing. This is a person who did a little self-published book and then stuck it up on social media and had their friend hide in the bushes and create a couple of videos with somebody wearing a fake wig, or they just sat at a table in a bookstore but didn't actually have a book signing. There was nothing organized with a bookstore.
And the worst part is it ruins it for people who are actually struggling. When creators lie about being boycotted or ignored just for views, actual authentic businesses get lumped in with the scams. It wrecks the whole ecosystem. This is a textbook example of the pity marketing trend taking over social media. And honestly, I've even seen people resorting to dancing on TikTok just to attract customers. If this breakdown hits the nail on the head for you, smash that like button and share this video right now to expose how ridiculous retail culture has become with me.
I'm not the kind of person who just rolls over and quits, but I've just been feeling like that lately. My spring collection really was a hard sell. I had no viral products. Nothing was a sellout. It's been a really stressful few months. I've not really profited at all. I'm throwing a lot of money into ads, and then money into this collection, and I've bought quite a bit of stock, and I am so nervous. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't or go well. It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and it's not something I wish I had to think about. But I've just been so stressed. I'm like trying to weigh up what's better for me health-wise, to continue doing this or to just throw in the towel. Oh, I just don't even like thinking about it. Like, it's so serious. It's such a serious thing because I'm just not somebody who quits. My entire livelihood, like, I started this business 4 years ago with $5,000, and then I turned that into, I actually marched backwards a few times, and I was pretty much just spending my credit card money. And then last year finally got in a decent profit, like I couldn't believe it, and I was able to actually take some money out for myself here and there. And then I had a terrible collection for like autumn last year. That frightened me because I'm like, how am I back here again? Like, I didn't think that you could just have a shit collection that just didn't sell.
Oh, so you produced all of that with a 100% guarantee that it would fly off the shelves? 100%. Incredible. You really managed to hit every single rookie mistake. Failing to shift your collection, living off maxed out credit cards, and then doubling down by ordering even more dead stock. What a brilliant strategy.
Here's what hasn't sold yet at LA Comic Con that I thought was gonna sell right away. So, prove me right. These cookie cutters. Oh my gosh, doesn't anybody love functional stuff? Look at this. So cute, the cookie cutter. And this Dragon Ball Z coaster set. You get all 7 Dragon Balls plus the finder, and they sit nicely in this case. Also mystery bags. They're only $5.
Okay, she's got more stuff, but I've got to be honest. I'm pretty over mystery bags. Most of the time, you're paying for the excitement of opening it, and there's a good chance you end up with something you never would have bought in the first place.
Have you seen the video of the woman that goes to the boutique store in Nantucket only to realize that all of the clothes are from Amazon? Well, I have a newsflash. I live in a super touristy area of Massachusetts as well, not that one up north, with so many cute boutiques and home decor stores with a coastal vibe, only to realize that some of that stuff is from Amazon and Home Goods and Marshalls, and they've just bought it, curated it, marked it up. So this is more of a buyer beware. They're using those stores as wholesalers. I see nothing wrong with that. But if you want to treat yourself to a vacation gift and you see something that you love, but you don't love the price tag, go on your phone first. Chances are you'll find it there for less.
This is why I actually like reverse image searches. You don't have to assume every boutique is ripping people off. But if something feels overpriced, take 30 seconds and check. You might save yourself $100. That's why people stick to the big names.
Everybody say start a business. Nothing you sell is oversaturated. It's a lie. People are so addicted to consumerism. They would rather go buy a $30 product from a celebrity than go buy a $10 to $15 product from somebody they don't know. Which is why I'm in between getting a second job and investing in my business, but I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should do, y'all. I created this product almost a year ago. Cute packaging, lip gloss. I started a lip gloss business because a lot of people used to tease me about my lips, and I thought, well, what better way to come up with a lip brand to have everybody embrace the lips that they have? Look, perfect, cute, light. Do you think anybody is buying this? No, they buying from Ari and Jada. No offense to them, but I'm saying, like, how do?
It might cost more, but you aren't guessing what's inside the tube. Trust beats a sob story every single time.
On the topic of jobs, one place you will never catch me working again ever is a small family-run business. I will never go back to one of those places because I don't understand what it is, but the vibes are just so bad. I've never actually met anyone who's had a good experience at a family-run business, even the family. Like, when I worked at one, I think I went in 10 minutes late one time. I had a very legitimate excuse. I actually had proof. I had evidence. And my boss just goes like, oh, it's fine, Krista, just go work on the till, whatever. So I'm working on the till. And she goes behind this plasterboard wall. We were having renovations at the time. She goes behind the plasterboard wall, and I hear her telling everyone else in the back of the shop how she can tell I'm a liar, and she can always tell a liar by their eyes. I mean, clearly not, first of all, because I was actually telling the truth, but also, that's insane. That's insane behaviour, and also very weird from a grown adult to literally the teenager that you pay £6 an hour to work on the till. Like, is it that deep? Is it that deep ever?
This is exactly why family business doesn't automatically mean better treatment. There's a difference between being close-knit and having no professional boundaries. If the owner can gossip about a teenager behind a wall over 10 minutes, imagine how bigger conflicts get handled. And that's everything I wanted to show you about how small businesses dig their own graves. You must know where your hard-earned cash actually belongs before losing everything. Hit subscribe to never miss the latest videos, and see you in the next one.